welcome to round 3 of my 2008 ranking. I am going to start upping my content. So what I'm doing is I'm going to continue this 2008 ranking for as long as I keep going and keep having movies to watch, which I have tons for the year. So I'm going to keep doing this. And then I'm also going to start doing a deep dive into the Arrowverse, which was a series of TV shows, including Arrow, The Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, a couple others. And I'm going to do an actual timeline watch through. So I'm going to go by the actual timeline. And every time I knock off 10 episodes, I'm going to put up a video doing a deep dive on the 10 episodes I just watched. And I'm going to go through the entire series of all those, which is something like 600 episodes of television. So I'm going to start doing that and bouncing back and forth. So that way I can break up my movie watching with some TV show watching and be doing multiple things at once and start putting out more videos on a quicker pace. So with that said, let's get to this round 3 here. This is number 21 to 30 to determine what's going to join The Dark Knight and Repo the Genetic Opera. Those are my first 2 winners, and this will determine my third. So I'm going to show you the contestants here. From this Mummy Trilogy collection, we have the third one, The Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. Fool's Gold. $10,000 BC. Chocolate. Rambo. Disney's Bolt. And this is a DVD, actually. This is from my After Dark Horror Fest 3. This one's called From Within. And every single one in this collection come with these awesome lenticular slip covers. Pretty sure the only way to get any movies that came out during these collections is on DVD. That's the only way they were ever released. I'm pretty sure you can't get them. So I have 3 of the 4 complete collections, and 3 more of these movies that come in with these are going to be coming up in episodes, because there's 4 of them from the collection that are 2008. So this first one's called From Within. Bangkok Dangerous. This is the original Iron Man. And this is in my 3-pack here, but it's just the first movie. And then the last one for this episode is Journey to the Center of the Earth. Another cool lenticular slipcover there. So yeah, that's my 21 to 30 that I watched. And a couple of these I watched like a few days ago at this point, because I've already watched 5 movies for the next episode as well. I'm already half done that. And I just knocked off 9 episodes of Arrow. So I'll be done that tonight. So tomorrow night I'll probably put up my first episode of the Arrowverse deep dive. And I know it's an old show, and they're all old shows, and it's old news, but I've only ever seen bits and pieces of the TV shows, so I'm actually having a pretty good time so far. Love DC Comics, so I figured, and I own them all. I've never watched them, and I'm like, alright, well, it's time to start giving some of this stuff a watch. So yeah, that'll probably be up tomorrow or the next day. And then my round 4 will be up probably by the end of the weekend. So yeah, here we go. And this is my first elimination. And if you watched me and Brendan on our Life in Horrors live stream that we did a couple days ago for Van Helsing, I talked about this and I revealed that it was my last place for this episode, and it's The Mummy 3, The Tomb of the Dragon Emperor. Now, this should have been much higher on my list. So these come with the Blu-rays and the 4Ks. This little collector's edition here. This should have been higher. I love Brendan Fraser. I love the first 2 Mummy movies. I love Jet Li. Like, I love Michelle Yeoh. Like, this movie should have been much higher for me, and I just could not get sucked into the storyline. I don't know what it is. It's just, I guess it's a combination of the shitty CG at times and just I don't know. It's not like it's that much better than the other, or that much worse than the first 2, but this one I just couldn't care. And they also had to recast Rachel Weisz, Rick O'Connell's wife, so I was upset about that. And this was a first time watch for this movie. Like, I think I might have watched it back in 2008 when it came out, but I didn't remember anything from it. So it was basically a first time watch. And honestly, didn't need to watch it. A couple of the comedic lines landed for me. I think I chuckled maybe less than 5 times. I chuckled, not even a full laugh. And the way they take him down isn't like exciting. Like, the only thing that was really cool was seeing Jet Li and Michelle Yeoh have a fight for like a good 3 or 4 minutes. They have a one-on-one fight against each other. That was cool, seeing 2 Chinese martial arts legends come together and have a battle. But other than that, it's lackluster. It's not worth... I say it's not worth your time, but I say give everything a watch, obviously, like I've said a million times. Try it yourself. Who knows, maybe it'll land with you more. But not for me. Next up, this one I was hoping more from as well. This is the elimination of Bangkok Dangerous with Nicolas Cage, one of my favorite actors of all time. Maybe my favorite. He might be my number 1. But this movie was another one that just, I could not get into the characters. I didn't care. I was just like, you know what? This is too boring. Like, this should be, like, action-packed. Like, Bangkok Dangerous. It sounds like this is going to be, like, a non-stop action movie. But Nicolas Cage is a hitman, unknown assassin. And he takes one final run of jobs in Bangkok, and then he's planning on retiring. And he takes on a protege, and he usually kills his protege by the end of the jobs, just so that he leaves no traces, like nobody knows who he is kind of thing. He's like a phantom killer. And, sorry, I got a bit of a cold, so if you hear us nasally, apologize. I guess a good smoke will help my cold. And basically he just teaches his protege to be like him, and he meets a girl, a deaf girl, and he starts to like have feelings, what seems like the first time in his life, because he's just a cold-blooded killer. And he starts to like just question what he does, and it's just too boring. Like, I think I landed on like a 2 2.5 for this out of 5. I wish it could have been better, damn it. It just wasn't. Directed by the Pang brothers. Yeah. It's exactly what I just described it as. It says action-packed thriller. I didn't find there to be enough action in the movie, but sure. So yeah, that one's not making it. And then my next elimination is right here. We have another Brendan Fraser movie, and that's Journey to the Center of the Earth. This movie could have been better if it wasn't made for 3D. This is a 3D experience movie. I don't have a 3D setup, so I just watched it in 2D. This comes with like 4 pairs of the Journey to the Center of the Earth 3D glasses. It's really meant to be watched in 3D. It's like all the creatures that it shows, because you can tell they're made for 3D, the graphics are just terrible on them. Like, they look like PlayStation 2 graphics. Like, they're just not good at all. And the storyline's decent, though. Like, Brendan Fraser's a teacher, scientist. And his brother went missing a long time ago. And his nephew comes over and spends a weekend. And they go on a journey to find his missing father. And Brendan Fraser's brother. And basically, it just leads them on a journey to the center of the earth. And I enjoyed the story. I thought it was a fun Indiana Jones-like adventure with some cool moments. But that damn CG just held this back. I think I gave it a 3. Like, it's not terrible. It's just, you're gonna have to look past some pretty shoddy ass graphics. Like, I don't usually care, but these ones are really bad. They're like, it's hard to describe. You have to see it for yourself how bad it looks in some scenes. But it is what it is. That's 2 Brendan Fraser movies in this episode, huh? That's crazy. Wonder if there's any more Brendan Fraser movies. Actually, I think there is a couple more for 2008. Huh. They'll be coming up in future episodes. But yeah, if you just want a decent family adventure movie, then check it out. It's cool. And then we have the elimination of Fool's Gold. I thought this was just going to be like a straight up rom-com, but obviously the exploding boat there gives you some action. So it's like a rom-com action movie. And I think everyone's great. Kate Hudson and Matthew McConaughey both are given pretty solid performances. But Matthew McConaughey is he's like a hustler that's a treasure. Holy crap, I can't believe I'm blanking on the name of what you call the people. Like, treasure hunter, basically. And him and Kate Hudson used to be married, but she's trying to leave him because he's just a loser, basically. He fails. He never finds the treasures. But basically, there's this crazy treasure that was lost by the Spanish a long, long time ago, and it's supposed to be like, it's your classic story like that, where there's just a lost treasure, and he's looking for it, and he's starting to find clues and stuff, and then she gets brought in back into the picture, and then they run into Donald Sutherland, who's a billionaire, and he owns a yacht, and he starts helping them, and his daughter, who's pretty funny in the movie, I don't know the actress's name, Alexis Ziena maybe is her name, I'm not sure. But then Kevin Hart comes in, and he's like the bad guy. He's like a bad treasure hunter that owns like everything around the island, and he's just basically the one that's willing to kill people to get it. And then Ray Winstone, him and Matthew McConaughey were like best friends, treasure hunters, and Ray Winstone just keeps betraying him, basically. It's double cross after double cross. But yeah, that's what it is. And they slowly start to fall back in love, and it's more their love story than anything else. All the other stuff I just talked about is kind of like the background noise, but it's mostly about their love story. It was decent. You gave it a 3.5 area. Not bad. Worth a watch. And then coming up here, I'm gonna get rid of that smoke because I can't breathe through my nose from this stupid cold. I don't know why I'm smoking. In 6th place, we have the elimination of 10,000 BC. This was cool. This was a first time watch. Doesn't star anybody. I didn't recognize anybody, even the main character, Stephen Strait. I didn't really recognize him from anything else. Camille Bell, I've seen her. She was in the When a Stranger Calls remake. And then Cliff Curtis he's from like, oh man, he's always like a side character in tons of movies. I can't remember them, but tons of movies. If you've seen his face, you'd know him. But yeah, it's from the director of Independence Day and Day After Tomorrow, who is Roland Emmerich. Or Roland Emmerich. However you want to pronounce that. And basically, it just takes place 10,000 years ago. During the Stone Age, basically. And it delivers. Like, it follows this guy's character here, and he's kind of a nobody. He's an outsider of the tribe, and he slowly rises up in his tribe, and there's just lots of cool scenery. That's what this movie kind of is. It's like, cool, look at the Ice Age times. Like, we got saber-toothed tigers, we got herds of woolly mammoths that they're trying to hunt. We have just everything from that era. And then their tribe gets kidnapped and taken to the building of the pyramids as slaves. And it all leads to this big, like, slave uprising. And it's pretty cool. Like, I'm gonna be honest, it's all about the scenery. It's just like an adventure movie, timepiece movie. That's really neat. I enjoyed it. It's just not good enough to be in my top 5. I wish it had a little more substance, like a little deeper storyline, and this could have been a much higher movie. Because I love the setting. And then, next up, we have the elimination of the first DVD I've ever shown on my channel. And that's From Within. This one kind of shocked me. I was expecting like this absolute turd. And no reversible art, I don't think. I don't think these old DVDs came with reversible arts. Comes with like booklets showing you other movies in this series. No reversible art. But honestly, this DVD looked good. It was solid. So I was like, oh wow, that's a bonus. I love when DVDs look good. I have a lot that I've thrown straight in the garbage because they look so terrible. They're just like a tiny little box in the middle of your screen. It's just like, no thank you. But yeah, this one's hard to explain. It felt like, I'll start here. It felt like It Follows meets Smile, which is kind of silly because those movies really feel like each other as well. But I feel like whoever directed those two movies seen this one, because there's just a lot of straight up scenes where this entity is just following people and taking them out. And it's basically a curse on this town. and because they killed this person they thought was a witch, and she's back, and there's a twist where it's not just she's back. There's a reason, and without spoilers, it all leads to a pretty freaking cool ending that I wasn't expecting. Like, I thought that it was just gonna end like these typically do, and I will say that it does feel like a made-for-TV movie. Like, in the first 20 minutes or so, I was thinking, ooh, this one's gonna be rough. But what it does to people is cool. Like, it infects everybody and makes them commit suicide. And it's actually, some of the deaths are really freaking gruesome. I was like, oh, wow. Like, holy crap, I wasn't expecting that. And there's a few familiar faces. We have, the heck's that guy's name? This guy here. Something Goldberg? Or Goldblum or something? That guy? Shiloh Fernandez is in it for a little bit. Jared Harris is in it. Adam Goldberg is that guy's name. And yeah, basically I'm not going to reveal anymore. Honestly, I think you should check this one out. This one really caught me off guard. It might even be higher for other people. I do like the lenticular here, with the thing that keeps disappearing and coming. It's awesome. I love those. But yeah, check out From Within. This is one of the best scores I ever got, actually. So these After Dark Horror Fest collections, they only ever came out for a limited time back when they first came out. And they come in these boxes. Actually, I'll show you one of them. I'll show you what the boxes look like. I have 3 of them up here. But I'll just grab the first one off the shelf. It's the easiest. So they look like this. They're like this. 3 of them here. All the movies, and they all got slip covers, and they're all pretty cool. 3 separate boxes like this. Which, honest to God, if you tried to buy these, they are not cheap to get your hands on. And most of the time, you're going to get them you'd have to buy them all individually. You're not going to get them in the box like that. And the reason why I'm telling this story is because it's one of the best scores I've ever gotten as a collector. So each one of these here in Canada, go between like $100 to $300 a piece. You could sell them for. If you're lucky, someone will buy them for that price if someone's really looking. And I paid $10 for all 3 boxes. Yeah, a guy literally down the street around the corner posted it, and I responded immediately. And I was like, yeah, I'll take these. This was like 3 years ago. And he was just getting rid of stuff in his house. And I showed up, and they're all mint condition. Most of the movies weren't even opened. 3 of them for $10. So that's definitely the best score I've ever gotten. Like, that's like 25 cents a movie. It's quite crazy. But yeah, the only one I'm missing is I'm missing volume 4. There was only 4 volumes, and I'm missing volume 4, and it's unbuyable. And it had movies like Lake Mungo in it, stuff like that. Can't get it, so it's kind of annoying. But yeah, if you can ever get your hands on those collections, grab them, because they're definitely worth your while. Alright, coming up in 4th place, we're going to have the elimination of this random martial arts movie that I had never heard of, but had in my collection. This one kind of shocked me. It is like batshit crazy. It comes from Thailand. It's directed by the same guy that directed Bak and The Protector, which are 2 really, really solid martial arts films as well, starring Tony Jaa, who's really excellent. And this girl, this young, like, teenage girl, is phenomenal. Like, she kind of blew my mind. But here's the thing. The first half hour of this movie, I was not feeling it. I was like, ooh, this is rough. Like, some of the camera angles were shot really weird, and I couldn't get into it. The storyline was out to lunch. I was like, what the heck? Like, what do you call him? She's like, am I allowed to say the R word? Like, she's fully retarded or mentally challenged or whatever the fucking thing is that you are supposed to say nowadays. She's like the full deal. Like, it's not autism, it's not any of those things. It's like fully mentally challenged. And she can only say like certain words, and it's really weird and offsetting. But she ends up going on an ass whooping revenge quest. And the reason why she's so good at martial arts is because when she watches something or somebody, she has this brain thing, and it shows it to you where she can mimic it identically. So she grew up watching martial arts movies. Like, she's just watching them constantly. So she can just mimic everything they're doing. So she can switch her styles just on a tee. So when she's fighting somebody, she can just adjust to their style and whoop their ass. And it's pretty good. The pretty solid, tear-jerking conclusion, and some really awesome set pieces where people are jumping from signs, like the signs that hang off of restaurants in like New York City on the side of buildings. Like, there's an entire martial arts section where they're all fighting on them and jumping from sign to sign. And it was actually quite mind-blowing. And the way she can move is really cool. Like, it was solid. I would definitely check this out. This is like 4 category already. So yeah, check that out for sure. Now, my final 3 here. We have Rambo, we have Bolt, and we have the original Iron Man. Now, this one, my number 3, I gave a 4 as well, and that's Bolt. I remember watching this when my daughters were like 3 years old and 2 years old. And I remember watching it a few times back then, but this was the first time I had watched it since then, and I didn't remember much of it. And it's actually a really good story. Like, Bolt is voiced by John Travolta, and there's a movie star teenage girl voiced by Miley Cyrus. And there's some other voices in here too. It's a Disney movie, there's tons. And basically he's a dog, he's a movie star dog with the little girl, and he thinks that he's an actual superhero because that's all he's done his whole life, is just pretend he's a superhero dog in movies. And then he gets lost and stolen. And he ends up as a stray. And he runs into a cat and a hamster. And he slowly finds out that he's not a super dog. And he doesn't have abilities. And it's just a really heartwarming, like, just heartwarming adventure. It's sad at moments, and then it's got some pretty epic action moments, and it's solid. I would definitely give Bolt a check out. Like, my number 3 of the episode. And I wasn't expecting it to be that high. I thought for sure that it'd be like middle of the pack, maybe. Not a top 3. So, my final 2. Really love both of these movies. But I think I have to give the episode win to Iron Man. But I'm gonna be honest, it's a close one. This Rambo movie is so brutal, so gory. This is an action horror movie, because the kills in this are just nasty. like children getting stabbed through their hearts, and just the horrendous brutality of war. And it's nasty. Like, honest to God, if you're not a fan of action movies, you should give this one a try, because it might change you just because of how straight to the action and gore it is. Like, there's like no downtime. I don't know what kind of reviews this got, or whether or not people liked it, but man, it's a must check out. It's a group of like, what do you call them, like Greenpeace people, where they're going to a foreign nation that's war torn and trying to bring them medicine and stuff. It's a group of them trying to go to a country where Rambo happens to already be, like, retired, living in the jungle basically. And it's Borneo, right? Borneo? Can't really remember what country they were talking about, because it's not that important. It's more just about the insanity of it. And they hire him as a boat guide, and then they get kidnapped by the local militia that are like terrorizing this country. Like, they're just taking it over section by section and going village to village and just killing and raping and murdering everything in their path, and taking all the young boys so they can join their military, and brutalizing the women. And it's brutal. And Sylvester Stallone, Rambo, tells them to don't go here, because you will die. And they won't listen, and they're just like, nope, we will bring help to these people. Well, as soon as they get there, they get kidnapped. Most of them get killed. And the American government decides to send in a team of expendables to rescue these people, and Stallone joins them. And it's brutal. It's just that they're trying to rescue these people and take down like an entire like 200 person army with like 7 guys. And I'm gonna tell you, it's not pleasant. It's pretty nasty what goes on. But a must see. I was really pleasantly surprised. I had watched it a long time ago, and I remembered it being really good. But this time it just kind of blew my mind how good it was. But we come to my number 1, and my third winner is going to be the original Iron Man, making it to the finals. So it's my number 3. It's going in with Dark Knight and Repo the Genetic Opera. Now we have Iron Man. Solid rejuvenation of Robert Downey Jr.'s career. Everyone's probably seen Iron Man. This comes with all 3 of them on Blu-ray. I would like to get the update eventually. Get these on 4K. I've been slowly updating all my MCU movies to 4K. I have a lot of them. I would say like 3/4 of them on 4K. So, eventually I'd like to get them all. But the original Iron Man started it all. Started the MCU. And kind of reimagined the superhero movie, like rebooted it and made it a phenomenon, which lasted for 12, 13, it's still going on now, but lasted for a good solid 12 years, where they were just the bangers every year, making all the money at the box office. And Iron Man started it all. And I think Robert Downey Jr. fits Tony Stark's character so perfectly. It's hard to even imagine anybody else playing him. It's kind of why I have a problem with all these newer movies, is because they just don't have the star power that these old ones do. Like, these guys and girls are nailing these fucking roles. So, yeah, it's Iron Man. What can you say? he built it in a cave with a bunch of scraps. That's what you can say. Not a huge fan of Jeff Bridges as the villain, but he's still fun. He's overacting, and I enjoy it. You can tell it's the first movie, but it's cool watching Tony just become heroic and not be such a douchebag. It's must watch stuff. So yeah, Iron Man's there in my finals. God, it's gonna be a hard finals. And this is only 30 down. I'm still got a lot to come and a lot of big name movies. A lot of, like, I'm trying to separate, like, some of the movies I'm grabbing for the episodes are ones I've never seen that I feel like watching. And so far, I've already known which one was going to win for these first 3 episodes. Nothing took it. But Rambo came close. This is the first one that was like a close call on which one's going to steal my top spot before I go into the episode, because I'm, like, what I'm doing is I'm actually picking the ones I think are going to win an episode. And those are all my, like, I only put one of those in an episode. That way, if anything blows my mind enough to beat that, then I'll have a come out of nowhere victory. And I'm having fun myself, too. But yeah, that's my stack for this episode. Ranked from bottom to top. And thank you for checking it out. Trying to keep these short as possible so I can just keep rolling and get back to the watching part. So thank you so much for checking me out. And my next episode will be the first episode 1 of my Arrowverse deep dive. And then my next episode will be episode round 4. And they'll both be out within the next few days. So I will talk to you then.